cyberbullies or just bullies in general, do you think the best thing is just to ignore them, not give them time of day?
Yeah, I would just ignore it and then just focus on your goals. I mean, don't let negative comments bring you down, especially with people that have probably no life, that are just bored out of their mind.
Hold on, I'm getting a call.
Okay.
Hello? This is private. Could you go away? What is your name?
I go by Skyrim Fox, Cosplay. And I just go by Fox, as just regular.
You go by Fox?
Just go by Fox.
So it's okay to call you Fox and you don't find that sexist?
No.
Okay, that's good. Now we're focusing on cyberbullying for this one particularly because with, cosplay combined with the rise of the social media sites, it's become a big problem recently. So what about you? Any problems with cyberbullies?
I've never had any problems, I guess. Don't feed the troll.
That's what everybody says. Don't feed the troll.
I think when you put yourself out there, that's probably the time that you're bullied the most. So when I first started cosplaying, I think that's probably the time I was bullied the most. And it's not from the cosplay community, it's from the other people sitting behind their computers, saying, oh, you're too big to cosplay this character, or you don't look like this cosplay character at all. But the community itself is so supportive and tries, that bullying doesn't really get into the community as much. It's really the people outside.
Long time ago in the past, but nothing too serious recently.
Okay. Well, what happened in the past? You want to tell us a story?
It's pretty simple. It was, I was online, and it was one of those common things of like, you go into certain groups on Facebook, and they're going back and forth talking about who's hot and who's not when it comes to some, unfortunately, like in the cosplay community, and it got more out of control than it was really worth. It was one of those arguments of, hey, do they look accurate to the character? And then they're distracted the fact that it was more about the, the craftsmanship of the actual costume. And it's kind of like, there's all different types of, I wouldn't say levels all the time, but there's different type of levels or focuses in cosplay. And, it got a little crazy or whatever, so.
I just think it's easier for people to do it online because they're hiding behind a screen and they're more gutsy that way. And unfortunately, a lot of people are not very considerate anymore. We seem to be losing a lot of that in society nowadays, and so they just go ahead and blurt it out without any kind of consideration to anyone else's feeling.
But don't take it to heart. I mean, there's other people that are gonna love what you do, and just push aside the negative comments because obviously those people aren't happy.
It's just unfortunate. I actually used to work in a customer call service center, and the level of bullying there, I think people are more confident over the electronic space than the actual face-to-face now. So, and it is unfortunate. I mean, you hear stories all the time of people deciding just to end their lives because they've been ridiculed and everything like that. And I always try to tell those people, just don't listen to it. You gotta turn it around, and just really continue on with the path that you're on, because you never know how you could impact somebody someday.
And these are people who generally don't wear costumes themselves anyways, and they're just not thinking along the lines, they're not being respectful at all, and I very much dislike that. And generally, I'll have to say, I actually go to IUPUI, and we had, I belonged to the IUPUI cosplay group, and it was one day where everybody was kind of meeting for costumes for the little lawn party, and I wore my costume and walked around campus with nobody else in costume, and it wasn't very intimidating, and people would always kind of laugh or look and point, and I just kind of felt, I guess segregated in a way, felt like the minority there. And I hated it, but I wish more people were more open and, smile and say, hey, I love your costume. I mean, negative things are bad, but if you're more positive, a more positive outlook. I just wish people would be like smiling and waving and enjoying the costume for what it is.
I'm from World of Warcraft, so I mean, I know about cyberbullying a lot. And I mean, there's always going to be problems. You're always going to have people that are just trolling. And you know what? You just have to just let it go. Because it's just words, and it's not important.
It's not very nice. I mean, people work real hard to impress everyone, and they shouldn't even have to do that. They should be themselves, and yeah, I mean, no one likes criticism from people.
I think people just need to be a little more proactive at letting them know that it's not okay. Because I think a lot of people bully just because they can, and nobody gives them any crap for it. So I think if more people were to say, stuff against the bullying, then it wouldn't be as bad.
Bullying all around is just bad, especially, you're getting it one-on-one, and then to go on social media and get it, it's just worse because it's all out there, and it's just not a good thing to have.
I've witnessed firsthand some bad experiences with cyberbullying, even ending in the way it really shouldn't. But I have to give a shout out to one of my friends, Bill Duran from Punished Props, because when it comes to cosplay, he is one of the most positive people out there. If you ever wonder how to deal with a bully, he would be the person to look to.
I think it's very sad. I think it's a lot of people who are bored and don't know what to do with their time, and so then they just nitpick at people, and then it turns into hate.
Well, really, everybody just feels so powerful behind a keyboard where you can't actually look at the person, that they just say whatever they feel to make themselves feel better, and it's kind of a little pathetic.
I feel better and powerful behind a keyboard, and I make myself feel better, but for a completely different reason. I won't tell you what the story is because it'll give you nightmares, but suffice to say, I am not a bully, and that's the important thing.
It's one thing to be treated that way, and then another, just the cowardice to do it without the person either knowing who you are or even seeing you or be able to fight back at all. It's
on picture social media sites, I feel like that's when I see it the worst, and I see it's so unnecessary. Everything's hurtful about it.
Well, here's the way I look at it. If they're not, they don't have the courage to come out and do it themselves, then I don't really listen to what they have to say, There's a lot of people that say a lot of things, and what you have to do is you just have to believe in yourself and just move on from that,
I think everybody has the right to say things, but I think a lot more people need to be respectful in what they say, because a lot of people don't realize words hurt. And there's a lot of people that it takes a lot of bravery to come out here and dress like this, and sometimes just to go out in public, especially when you're shy. And so I think people need to be more sensitive to that. But I do respect freedom of speech, but with caution.
I've dealt with a lot of cyberbullying and quite a lot of cyber harassment as well. A lot of people think that it's the same with the cosplay is not consent movement. People think that because you're in a costume, you're portraying their favorite character, that you are their fantasy, and they forget that you're actually a person behind the costume.
Everybody always has some kind of version of bullying. It may be from the internet or just from everyday life. I have that sometimes with work or sometimes online, but just never that often.
And the internet, I think, is the worst way because it just never goes away. It's always there, even if it's taken down.
Totally agree with that. Definitely.
I don't know. I mean, I definitely have gotten called names and stuff, but I don't know about bullying. I don't know. I would say I haven't had that problem, but I know that it's no good. Bullying's bad.
Actually, I had a bit of a cyberbully when I was in high school, freshman year. It was someone I went to high school with. It was on MySpace. And I knew who he was, but I don't think he knew I knew who he was, so it was always really awkward seeing him in school, and he would just send me really rude messages on MySpace. It really brought me down throughout high school. I had really low self-esteem because of that, but once I figured out who I was and became myself, I realized I'm so much better than this person. And you just can't let people bring you down like that.
I'm 44 years old. We really didn't have bullying growing up. Bullying is something new and something that should be stopped. I even feel like if you're the person that's recording somebody getting bullied, you should be charged just as well because you could have stopped it.
I think it's really wrong. I mean, the internet has a lot wider perspective than a lot of people realize, and they think that they're just typing words on a screen, but really it causes a lot more damage than people realize, and people need to really be self-conscious about that.
I just think it's such a waste of effort. I mean, all that time that you spend bullying others or bringing others down, why not use that time constructively to build yourself up or change yourself, something that actually is productive?
I just graduated high school like 2 years ago, so I definitely know a lot about being cyberbullied, and it's really tough, and I don't know why people do it, but you just turn off your phone and just don't even look at it sometimes.
From the parents' perspective, I think you need to keep track of what's going on in your home and try to prevent this.
Parents, so is this your daughter?
These two are my daughters and this is my niece.
Okay, so I can't hit on anybody right here then, right?
Not right this second.
So, when would you say was the worst time, if ever, for bullying against you specifically?
And just cosplay or just in general?
No, just in general, school, work, wherever.
Mainly in school. I was a junior in a freshman gym class, and I was bullied like horribly.
Middle school.
I don't know if I was ever really bullied, but if it was definitely middle school.
I was a fat kid in elementary school, so I got it all the time.
Probably in elementary school, because I would get made fun of my last name because everybody's trying to find something, and so my last name was so different that people just made fun of me for it.
What is your last name?
True Love.
That's not unusual.
But I mean, like when you're a kid, then it's so weird.
What about my neighbor, Wajidubikowski?
Bukowski? That's fun. I would say that 10 times fast and try to get it right.
I can't. We haven't the time right now.
I've never actually had to deal with it, but I was always friends with everybody in school. I mean, from the popular crowd to the people that were getting bullied. So I got in touch with a lot of people that were getting bullied, and I kind of felt bad for them, and I was trying to help them out, but you could only do what you could do and try to help them, and I feel like it'd be better if everybody would just be friends.
I mean, I was bullied in high school, so I feel bad for you guys, and I care about you. Just stick through it, you'll be fine.
Not all the time, because I was the quiet person, and people just thought I was scary and mean, and I really wasn't. I'm a good person. And then they got to know me, and they were like, oh, we thought you were going to bite our head off or something. I'm like, I don't know. It's just, bullying is stupid. Just people need to get along.
I think elementary, earlier middle school.
Well, obviously you have the junior high years that I went to school back when it was still junior high, and the locker room and things like that. You get a lot of bullying in there. So that would probably be my time. I mean, I've had comments before like, oh look, I dress as Craven, and somebody said, oh look, Craven really let himself go. So you've got to move past that. You have to just say, look, that person didn't have the courage to come out here. He was standing out there in street clothes. It's easy to take a pot shot. So.
The hard time for me was 5th grade. As a woman and a girl, female, that's when you'd start developing, and there can be a lot of cruel comments. So I think it's important to be sensitive at that time for girls and women, and that was a difficult time for me because I was this size in 5th grade, so a little difficult.
I think it's absolutely awful. I was horribly bullied in school when I was a kid. So there's definitely a certain spot in my heart for people that have been bullied.
Just get support. You gotta support your friends and talk. If you're being bullied, talk to other people about it, and maybe they can take care of it.
So we need to encourage others to do stuff?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, I'll get right on that. Wait right here, and I'll be right back. What do you enjoy most about the cosplay scene?
It's fun to do. It's cool. It's cool to see all the other costumes and people's take on it.
Oh my goodness, what's not to love about conventions? The vendors, the artists. Like, I'm a huge print girl, so I go right to Artist Alley and find the print. So cosplaying, like if you're not even a judge or competing, just walking around and talking to people, it's the best thing ever.
I love seeing cosplay. Yes, I mean I've been like that was one of the first things I started going to these conventions. I think we went to San Diego Comic-Con in 97 or 1996. And I remember it was my first one. I remember walking up and everyone dressed up as Princess Leia and all these different characters, and it was pretty amazing to see that people, all shapes and sizes, are comfortable with getting into an outfit that might be 2 sizes too small or too big, and it doesn't matter because they're enjoying themselves and they're having fun, and it's amazing.
Absolutely. Pun intended?
You're saying, well, I was thinking about your package. It doesn't look like you know, it's so big there. It's barely fits in his costume. So, little too small for his. But you got to do what you got to do.
Well, I appreciate the compliment. I really do.
It's fun. A whole lot of people from different backgrounds and different places in the country or even the world can come together, just kind of celebrate the kind of alternative lifestyle that they've chosen. And that's nice because everybody is really accepting and friendly.
But I'll make it quick. But if you arrest a mime or a monk who's taken a vow of silence, do you still have to tell them they have the right to remain silent?
Absolutely. Yes, that's part of the job.
Thanks. So is Dr. Pepper an MD or a PhD?
Pass.
I don't know it.
I'm going to say PhD, definitely.
Why do you say that?
Doesn't practice medicine in any way.
Have you been eating a lot of carrots lately? Your skin looks orange.
No, that's what I am. I'm from a different planet, and so then I'm just orange.
And what about you? Have you been getting no sun lately?
I don't like the sun.
The sun likes you.
It shouldn't like me.
Can you daydream at night?
Yes. No, I can't.
Why did the song call it Beans the Musical Fruit when beans are a vegetable?
I didn't understand the question of that. Can you repeat the question?
If Bane has to keep that mask on all the time to avoid all the pain that he experiences without it, how does he eat?
Liquid diet.
Liquid diet?
Liquid diet.
Do you know anybody that has Ebola?
No.
Why do they call him or her or whoever no face if he or she kind of has a face? All right, let's get out of here. What would you prefer, zombie apocalypse or machine war apocalypse?
I would probably say machine war for the simple fact they'll run out of bullets sooner or later. But the zombies, everybody can be infected. You can hide from machine guns.
What if I did this?
I think I can put up with that for a while. That's not that annoying.
All right, well, we're coming to the close of the convention, but I'm here with my friend Meg. Meg, you came with me. You came with me today. How did you enjoy your first cosplay experience?
It was great. It wasn't anything that I expected, but like I said earlier, I didn't really have expectations, so.
I'm Skyrim Fox, and I love cosplay.
This is Starfire, and I love cosplay.
I'm Raven, and I love cosplay.
My name is Barazafi, and I love cosplay.
Harley Quinn, I love cosplay.
Hi, I'm Louis Tolley, and I love cosplay.
My name is Darth Vader, and I love cosplay.
I'm the Iron Spider-Man, and I love cosplay.
Captain Rex, I love cosplay.
Jordan Jackson, I love cosplay.
Bruce Wayne, I love cosplay. Alex Watson, I love cosplay.
Harvey Dent, I love cosplay.
I'm Batman, and I love cosplay.
My name is Brandon Sargent, aka Van Dorrance Cosplay, and I love cosplay.
Okay, my name is Megan Kennedy, and I love cosplay.
Hi, I'm Lola Hart, and I love cosplay.
Hi, I'm Ashlyn Murray, and I love cosplay.
My name is Alicia. I'm Av Valentine from Soul Calibur, and I love cosplay.
Captain America, I love cosplay.
Catwoman, I like cosplay.
My name is Jay Perkinson with Cosplay for Us All, and I love cosplay.
Hey, this is Vincent N. Ward, aka Oscar, from The Walking Dead, and you know what? I'm here with my man Spidey, and I love cosplay. Peace.
Silent Bob, I love cosplay.
I'm Jay. I love cosplay.
Hi, I'm Mogshell from Mogshell Cosplay, and I think I kind of love cosplay.
I'm Zachariah Clark of Indianapolis, doing Thor. I love the cosplay.
Emily, and I love cosplay.
I am Reverend Kilcuddy from the Spaceship Groggy, and I love cosplay so much it's freaking wrong.
I'm Hank McCoy, Beast, and I love cosplay.
Jason Mewes, and I love cosplay. Snooch to the nooch.
Lori, I love cosplay.
Stephanie, I love cosplay.
Kara, and I love cosplay.
I'm Katie, and I love cosplay.
I'm Spider-Man, and I can't believe it's not butter.